Hey guys, Sarah here, and today we are going to be making a typographic isometric poster in Affinity Designer. I don't know why I took my time on Designer. I've used it before. So let's start. I think I'm going to do, I'm still like in the process of figuring out what I actually want to write in here. But I think I like, what was it? Perfecting. I wanted to have specifically a 10-letter word in here, and did I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay! Perfecting. Yay me. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do, I think, I'm not super sure. This is a let's design, not a this is exactly how you do this, because I'm not super sure what I'm going to make. Although that looks pretty good right there. I'm going for a very minimalist look. And we're just going to have that, and it's going to be in white. Done. No, that's silly. Okay. Perfecting. And now I'm going to actually bring the isometric part into it. So basically, I just did the text, and now I'm going to make it isometric. I'm going to go fit to plane. See, that's very cool. And now I always say stuff. I'm like, look at what I did. That's so cool. I'm always very excited about basically just anything isometric I'm very excited about. But obviously this is problematic. The leading is terrible. So we're going to go into character and our leading over, what does that say? Leading override? Yeah, okay. We're going to override the leading. Although it's weird that it's doing that. Okay, so it was already overridden. So we're going to go to auto. Auto is a bit not good. So let's go to something better. 48, 64, that works. Although before I do that, I should actually pick what typeface I want to use. So right now we've got, what have we got? Montserrat, and I don't want to use that. I'm going to use, where are we going? I'm going to use Old English Text because we're going for a really modern looking poster, and when I think of modern posters, I think of Old English Text. Yes. Instead, let's go to lobster. No, we're not going to do lobster. We're going to do, what am I looking for? I think I was looking for League Gothic. Yeah. It screams perfection to me. Anyway, yeah, okay, I think we're going to go with that, and we're going to go with it in all caps. Did it give me an option? Is there a low caps version of League Gothic? Yes. That answered my question. Okay, so now I'm going to make it squinched. I'm going to make it tiny and then make it big. Now, the issue with this is when you're cutting sort of, one long-ish word into parts is that you want it to have, you want to divide it by syllables. So we've got perfecting. It's not great. Perfecting. Probably want PERF, perfecting. But then that's not going to look so good visually, is it? No. Perfecting. No, that looks terrible visually. Perfecting. Okay, yeah, that's not going to work. Oh well. I mean, ideally you want it to have, like, if you're using the word, well, any word, you want to divide it up by syllables if you are doing any kind of design where, you're chopping it into 2 or 3 lines, well, for a single word anyway. So it just makes it a bit easier to read. And I don't think we're going to do that with this. Perfecting. You see, then you kind of read it in a weird sort of way. Perfecting. Well, that's going to bother me. Is that going to bother you? I mean, I'm bothered by it, but it looks really good. Looks so good. So it's not perfect, but perfecting. Well, I can't think of another word right now that will divide it visually so perfectly. So I think we're just going to go with this, and it's fine because just find a better word if you're following along. Find a better word that divides up better. Perfecting. Perfecting. Okay, let's see. What if I just bring the E to the next line? What happens? No, it's terrible. Perfecting. I mean, yeah, that looks better, but I think that actually is nice because you've got like a perfect little happy square in there, or a diamond shape. Yeah, okay. I never checked to see what it actually looked like on the other plane, so I'll select it again and then go to fit plane and see what it looks like on the front. It's not bad. What about the side? It's way more interesting on the top, right? So much more interesting. Just something about that is really kind of cool. I really like that. Although I think we need to play with maybe the kerning a bit. I mean, it's not bad. Actually, maybe it's perfect, except for this. This seems a bit wide, so I'm just going to select the I and bring in that just a little bit. And now and then the G, just a little bit. And I think that might be a bit better. Or not. There's a lot more, not as much space in there. Maybe I gotta expand this a bit. I'm very picky about the kerning in between letters. But I never know how to properly measure it. Especially when I'm on an angle like this. It's very hard like this. Okay. So maybe let's just bring this back up again. Although, I probably don't need to do that too much. I'm just going to undo that just because we are going to be doing some 3D-ish stuff like that. That made sense. Like this. No, but in totally different colors, I think. Okay, so we have our first bit of text. I'm going to cut off the G there. You know what letter that is, right? You're not going to be like, oh, what does that say? What is that word? Perfecting. Perfecting. Yes. Okay. So pretend that divides up nicely. Perfecting. Oh, I hate this word now. I hate it. I'm so sorry. What have I done to you? I don't even... Bad me. Okay. But it looks great. So let's keep going. All right. So the next thing I want to do is, now that I've got my main black text here, I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to select it and press Shift and Alt to duplicate it. Duplicate, if you didn't understand what I was trying to say there. And then I think I'm going to put it in a different color. What do we want? That's a nice color, actually. And then I'm just going to go Control Shift and then the squiggly, what is that? Squiggly brackety thing? My computer, my keyboard's weird. It's got like the French English one, so I honestly have no idea what key that is supposed to be. So normally it's just arrange and move to back. Ta-da! So now it's in the back. And what do I want to do with it? Good question. I think I want to have it in the back. That made sense. Actually, what I could do is just give it a... Wow, that's the lightest stroke imaginable. Okay, let's go for a 1 stroke. And I don't like that. So let's go back to black. And oh, actually, that's kind of nice. What color is this? Okay, so that is a blue. I like that blue color, actually. So maybe we'll use that. Where did that blue color go? Do I not have it? Clearly, I do not. Okay, I don't actually want to use complete black for really any of this stuff. Using 100% pure black is really, really harsh, kind of in anything. So unless you're doing like a large body of text, which, I mean, this is obviously text, but I like having just slightly not perfect total black. So we're going to go, do I want it as a red, maybe a bluey color. Maybe the subtlest hint of bluey purpleness. Yes. So no one can actually see what's happening because it doesn't even look perfect. Where am I going with this? Okay, we'll go with, 141417. Perfect. Okay. And then that's what we're going to go with for that. So it's just a little gray. Just a little bit. And then for the bottom one, I'm going to do the same. Make it like that. And let's see, what have I got my stroke on here? Stroke to center, inside or outside. I think center probably works. And then I'm just going to bring that back on top of it and just shimmy it up a little bit with the arrow keys. And okay, I like that. So it's got it's kind of got the a bit more of a 3D isometric look, but obviously you don't have the same sort of side things. And I'm not actually going to add in the side planes that would make this look a bit more isometric. For example, I would go into the isometric panel here, click on side, grab my triangle, go edit in plane. Did I say triangle? I meant square. Sorry. And then just click on there, and then you can draw like a little shape in there and give that a color. So, okay, the color works actually really well. But that's kind of what you could do if you wanted to use like an already made typeface and then give, proper sides to it and different planes. But I'm not going to do that because I'm going for a completely different look. I'm going for this sort of shadowed, underlined look thing. Yeah, okay. If that makes sense. You can see what I'm doing, so it must make sense to a point. All right, now I got to figure out where exactly I want it. And I also need to figure out how to grab... It's very unfortunate. And I never had this problem in Illustrator, but when you can't, in Affinity, you can't really... And if someone knows how to do this, please let me know. But I can't just grab the shape. So I want to grab the bottom shape, but I can't ever do it. I can only grab what's on top. And fortunately, now that they've added the select all feature, which is up here, you can go select same. I said select all, select same, and the select object. You can kind of do it by that way. If you want to select something that's really hard to access, you can just go, click on one thing and then select the same of that sort of type, which makes the selection process a bit easier. But it's still hard to grab a shape underneath. So I usually end up just moving the top way away and then deciding what to do with the under shape independently. So maybe we'll go 1.5 for that. 1.5. Yes, okay. And I'm actually going to grab that and copy it and bring it way down here so I can grab it later. Grab it. Okay, now I'll bring this up again. And then those two together, I will move them up a little bit. And now what? I shall bring a third. But I think I'm going to give this a fill color of white here and then bring it down to the bottom again. And why did I do that? Good question. I don't know. I'm really trying to figure out what I'm trying to do here. And eventually, I'm hoping it's going to end up super awesome and creative looking. But at this point, it's just kind of... actually, it's not bad, but it's not... There's no point to it yet. It's like, why is this the point? And so I'm going to actually give this a fill as well. And bring that back up. And again, shimmy my shapes there. And put this underneath it again. Shimmy down, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. There we go. Okay, so that looks a little bit better. It doesn't have the weird stuff going on. Because I gave it both of the underlying shapes a fill of white. And now, what do we do? Well, I want to add a little bit of color into this, because as you see, there is no color. And that actually kind of works. But what do I do? I'm going to grab this. It doesn't need color, but I always want to add color. If you've seen any of my videos, you know that I am kind of a fan of color. Like a lot of pinks and purples and blues and just the really bright stuff. And I think that's mostly because I used to, when I was first designing, I was absolutely terrified of color. I would really, really just never use it. If I used one color, I would only use... Like if I used a dark blue in something, I'd be like, okay, that's it. Everything else must be gray or light blue, and that is it. So I do try to use some more color in what I do now, but sometimes I honestly take it too far. So, yeah, that happens. So what am I doing here? Well, I like this reddish color. And I think I'm going to give this a stroke so it matches the stroke on the other shapes. Hey, I said matches. That clearly does not match. What did I have? I had 1.5, right? 1.5. Okay, I think that works. And I am liking the colors so far. Hey, I said grab the red one. Honestly. could put it down here. I could put it way up here. No. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Go back. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's go back here. And I'm going to put it on the very bottom. You can get really crazy with like layering your isometric letters. Really, really crazy. As you can tell, this is, well, not crazy, but it's maybe getting a bit much. So maybe I should have put it a little bit lower. What do I want to do? If I'm going to have it close, I do want to have it so it is the same distance apart from the other ones, just for consistency, which I can't grab annoyingly. Oh, maybe I could. Could I? Could I? I said, could I? I could. I just have to zoom in really close. Okay. So I don't think these are, the red layer is quite the same, but we'll just, yeah. Okay, honestly, I'm just eyeballing it here. I'm not actually going to measure because I don't want to. So that works. Now, to add some more color, what shall I do? I think I want to split the poster in half. And what I mean by that is I'm going to put color, I think, just in the top or maybe just the bottom. Questions. Let's try the top and then we'll decide from there. So I'm going to just draw with my pen tool. I'm going to start down here and then using shift. Oh, right. I can't use shift. Because I'm using the isometric stuff. If you try to use shift to get perfect lines, it's going to follow the isometric grid, which is why when I press shift, it's now like, hey, you want diagonals, right? And I'm like, no. So I'm just going to do that. Just do normal stuff. And then I'm going to bring that down to here. And then it's totally up to me to figure out where I want these to go, wherever they cross. Now there's a line here. So I want to fill up this whole area with color, but I don't want any of the edges to show. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how to do that here. If they were closer together, it could work. But they're not. So what to do? Well, I could make them so they're closer together. That would solve that problem. And then to show you what I mean, I'm just going to finish drawing this here. And now it's complete. And I will apply redness to it and bring that to the back. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. Unfortunately, you've got that little bit in there, which is problematic because it doesn't look perfect. And the whole point of this poster is that it's supposed to look perfect, right? Yeah, and it doesn't, so it won't work. So I'm going to have to fix that. And to fix that, I'm going to move that out of the way. And then I'm going to, oh gosh, do I have to delete everything? I might have to delete everything. Oh, woe is me. Yeah, okay, delete, not you, and delete. Nope, I meant the other one. I meant the lower one. Lower? No, I meant the lower. Stop it. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to bring them up as I should have done originally, or I did do, but then I was like, nah. So I'm going to go back to character and I'm just going to bring the leading up a bit so it's a bit tighter. There we go. And now when they are layered, it should work a little bit better. I'm going to go back and give the stroke and 1.5 and send to back and bring it back up. This shouldn't take too long since I have an idea of what I'm doing. And bring it down again, or duplicate and bring it down. And then do that. See, we've already got it sort of closing in there, so that works. And the last one, do we actually even need the last one though? Did that red add anything, or does it just look terrible? I don't know. But let's see what happens when we give it a red and bring it back up here. Let's see what happens. We know what's going to happen. We've been there. We've already done this. We're just fixing things to make them perfect. And we're going to cross it here. And that pretty much, I think, totally works. Yeah. Okay, that works for now, I think. So the next thing I want to do is, I don't know if you can see, but it kind of looks like I didn't match the edge here, and that could just be because of Affinity. I was going to say Illustrator. It's not Illustrator, it's Affinity. Designer, that's the one. No, it looks like it's pretty much perfect there. So that was just, I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like it's not perfect, but it is. So just trust the process, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so at this point I can experiment with different horrible colors. Or I could just not and assume that the red was best. Oh, but look at that blue. Oh, but look at it. Did you see it? That's a pretty blue. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty too. See, now I'm torn. This is the playing with color part. What do I do? Okay, I'm gonna grab that red. How do I grab the red? Let me grab the red. Let me grab the red. Why? Didn't I just have it? I feel like I just had it there and it just like slipped through my grasp. There we go. Okay, and let's see how it looks in the blue. It looks pretty good. It really does. Do you like the blue better or do you like the red better? Although this is more of like a turquoise. Okay, I'm going to try to capture this in my head and then go back quickly and decide if I want the red or the blue. Go back, go back, go back. Wow, this is taking a while. You know what? I don't feel like I do a lot in red, so maybe we'll keep the red. Yeah, but if you're following along, by all means, experiment with every single color that exists in the entire world. Because, I mean, there's no right or wrong. It's creativity. So what are you going to do? You're just going to kind of keep experimenting until you're just hungry and you need to go have dinner, I guess. So, yeah. And, okay, so I think this part is done. This weird, just isometric top lettering is done. So now I want to add more lettering to possibly the top as well, and I mean the top plane, but maybe let's see what we can do. So what do I want to write in here? Nope, I don't want to write it on the angle. I don't like writing it right on the angle. I like writing it like this because then I can see what I'm properly doing. And I think we're going to make it say always perfecting those vectors. So we'll go always, always, always. Perfect. Okay, that looks good too. That shouldn't look good. Why does that look good? Always. I'm kidding, that looks terrible. Okay, so let's just bring this back. And it's in the right typeface, so we're just going to make it teenier. Always. And then I will put it in the right plane. Always perfecting those vectors. That looks really weird, right? Yeah, I'm going to take away its stroke. And what if I give it a white stroke? Ooh, options there. That's actually not bad. But I think maybe it's... I think the stroke is impeding on the shape too much just because the shape of the letter is a bit small. So why don't we go, that's inside, that's outside. Outside works a bit better, but we'll make it a bit tinier, I think. And I might actually need to bring the stroke down to, I think maybe 1, because it's a bit much there. And we can have it up here. Sorry, my keyboard might be really loud because it's right by the microphone. So how does that look? Not so great, does it? No. It needs to be slightly bigger, I think. Well, let's see. This is point size 267. That's insane. And this can be, I don't know, like 60, maybe? Yeah. That wasn't much of a change. Okay, 60. But what if we put it on a different plane? We can do right here, which does not work at all. We could do front plane. Ooh, that kind of works. Okay, and then we stick it right up there. Okay, that's not bad, I suppose. I do want this to look good, where it is gonna kind of fit in nicely right in a little crevice right here. Always perfecting those vectors. I don't know what accent that was. I'm sorry. That looks better, right? Yeah, we don't need the stroke. But we do need proper kerning, because what is that? What is that character? Let's bring this back to a normal. Oh, that is the normal. Oh gosh, why does it look so bad? It looks really bad, right? That's not just my eyes. Okay, Lee Gothic, let's try to fix you up a bit. Always. Maybe right in here could use a bit of help. And we'll bring it there, and ta-da, and the L. Yeah, okay, does that look better? I think it looks better. Okay. And go back. Nope, the L. You see it? The L. Let's bring that again. And to move this in those 10 increments, I'm just pressing a shift while I do that, if you're curious. And that helps. Okay. Okay, always perfecting those vectors. Them vectors, those vectors. Now with this one, we can decide where we want to put this. So isometric panel, and do we want to put it on the side? Fit to plane. How does that read? Always perfecting those vectors. It's a bit awkward to read because your eyes going this way first, and then you're heading back this way, and then it's going over here. It might just be a bit much. It's kind of all over the place. What if we did it on the top? Those vectors. Actually, that's not bad, but we could do those vectors on 2 lines as well. What if we did it here and left aligned it? Ooh, yeah, left aligned. I mean right aligned. Damn it, right aligned. That's not bad, but I think because we're not doing anything underneath it, maybe we need to bring the leading up a bit and shimmy it this way and down. I should put a line here so I know exactly where it's going to go. Let's see, always perfecting those vectors, always. Now I kind of want to move always away. What if we try always over here? We'll go isometric, side, fit to plane, and then put it here. Does that work? Always perfecting those vectors. And then we'll go left align. Left align. Thank you, Affinity. I don't think that's better. Right? We're really trying to work with balance here. And this entire thing is very symmetrical. So adding in any text, we really have to kind of keep the balance here. So I think if we're going to have something over on the left, probably need to have something else over here. And that seems to help with the balance a bit more. So maybe I will go back to align left and I'll put it onto one line. See, that seems to, I think, work the best with balance. But the problem here is now I have one thing on the top plane, another thing on the top plane, and one on the front plane, which, I mean, it's fine, but I usually, if I'm going to have different planes, I like to have more than just one thing on the plane. So I can also put this, that would work, right? So then there's both, those two are on the front plane, and the big thing, which is taking up the majority of the space, is on the top plane. Okay, that could work, actually, yeah. Now we have to decide if we also want to give these the same sort of effect that we have underneath them. So, maybe, yeah. I don't know. Do I want to? Do I not want to? I don't know. So we, I guess, need to try. So let's copy that, and then I'll make that. Oh, that looks good, actually. Should I just make that white? Oh, maybe. Okay, so let's zoom in here, get real close. Always, and we'll give that the stroke. I say give that or give this a stroke a lot in design, and it's not something I actually enjoy saying. This needs a stroke. Yeah, totally different meaning than in real life. That looks weird. That looks weird, but like a good weird, right? Yeah, like a good weird. Let's bring that down a little bit. And then offset it just a smidge, and then bring to back, and then, whoa, up slightly. Okay, like that. So it's in almost the back, but it has a little bit of that under shadow, and that's not bad. But I think this under shadow, what am I trying to say? Under shadow, the outline maybe needs to be offsetted just a bit more, like that. So you can see it, but it's not competing, I guess. And now with this one, I guess we could actually put that in red. And then we will put its background shadow in the darky, blacky, not black. What color was that? It was like a bluey purple or something. Yes, and we'll bring that to the back. And I will move that back like this so it matches the one up there. And I think those look pretty good. I'm just going to group that. And now the only thing that is bothering me is this little area. So I'm actually going to draw a square just to see if this is actually consistent. Nope, not that square. That was a bad square. Edit in plane. We'll do an edit in plane square. And then I'm going to shimmy. How many times do I say shimmy? All the time. Bring that up. And those aren't perfectly aligned. And I should have checked for that earlier, but I didn't. Bad me. Bad me. But that actually looks pretty good. Although I kind of wanted the red part to be perfectly aligned and not the shadow, if that makes sense. Yes. Okay. So that works. So we've got it on a nice little imaginary square edge there. And are we done? Do we want to add anything else? Always perfecting those vectors, or just making them look real good. Real good. I think we might be done. It's a very simple poster, although it's there's a lot involved in the process, as you can tell. And then obviously there's changing the color like 1,000 times when you're not sure what to do. If you want it in blue or pink or whatever. And you can bring it down a bit. I'm not sure if do I want to have it up higher? Actually, I kind of like that. There's like a nice bit of white space down at the bottom here. Just for the word, those vectors. Yeah, I think that balances pretty decently. And if I wanted to bring it over here, that works too, but then it doesn't square off as nicely. And I need it to square off nicer. I'm going to bring that down just a bit there. Notice how I didn't say smidgen? Yeah, I didn't. That was real good of me. So what else? Are we done? Maybe we're done. Now, should I add noise? That's like the last step I always do in Affinity Designer because it's so easy to add noise. I'm like, this is perfect. Should I add some noise? Well, let's see. So if I want to add noise, I'm just going to click on the fill color and go into color, and it's hidden. It's really hidden in here. You just click on this and it switches to noise, which is honestly insane. Like, that's very hidden. Very hidden, right? You click it another time and it goes to opacity. Why couldn't it just be like another little slider down here? I don't know. I really don't know. But I mean, now that I know it, I'm happy to use it all the time and just add way too much noise to everything. Or maybe just like a little bit of noise. A little bit of noise. Or is it better without noise? And honestly, it might be better without noise. Especially because we're going for the theme of perfecting. And obviously noise, the point of adding noise is to add a little bit of imperfection. So if we're talking about perfection, then, well, I mean, we're talking about it. We're clearly not displaying perfection because those did not align. And I am silly for not even seeing that at the very beginning. Okay, what else? Should we make this white and the back one black? That's not actually bad because then it balances with the white underneath, and we can make that one black. Where'd it go? Come back and bring that up. And okay, that's actually not bad because then you've got a nice balance between this one being the red on the white and this one's the white on the red. Okay, that could work actually. I think I like that. Okay, and I zoom in, and yeah, okay. So now let's do the zoom really, really, really far away and see what it looks like when it's super tiny test, which is really only something you need to do with logos and not with posters. Because, well, I mean, it depends on what you're using the poster for. If it's going to be, a poster that goes up on the side a telephone pole, then yeah, it's good that you can read it from really, really far away. But this one's just going on the interwebs, so I probably don't need to worry about it too much. Okay, what else do I do? Am I done? Maybe I'm done. Should I add a border? I don't know. Let's add a border and find out if I should have added one or not. Let's see if I make a bad decision here. We'll get it a stroke, and then we'll make that stroke enormous. Put it on the... I need inside. Inside? That's inside. Ooh, that's not bad. I mean, it's bad, but I haven't fixed it yet. Fixed it. Bring it to back. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Do you like that? It just blends. And then down here, it's like, look, I'm a border. Ooh. Yeah, I think I like that. Yes. It's not necessary. It's actually making it a little bit retro looking, which is kind of cool. And now I can't decide if I like it or not, but I think I'm going to keep it just because I like it. I like how it mimics the red, what am I trying to say? The red undershape. It's about the same width as that. So yeah, I think we're good. So I think this is the poster that I'm going to be finally finished with. Although I do want to go back in here and just make sure everything is actually the same color, because I've done it many times where I gave something like a not black color, and then I had other elements that were the black, and then obviously it looked terrible when it was actually presented, and that doesn't work so well. But yeah, I think that kind of works. All right, so I think we're done. And if you are following along at this point, feel free to add like a paragraph under here or whatever you want to do. And yes, you can put like a full paragraph on an isometric angle. You just do your paragraph and then click the fit to plane and then front. And that would be honestly a bit hard to read, so maybe don't do it. But if it's like a tiny paragraph, then by all means, go for it, or at least just experiment, see how it looks. I mean, this is all just experimentation. You got to see how things work, yeah, you just got to see what the limitations of the software is and just have fun with it, like I am clearly doing right now. This is another thing I like to do at the end of posters and projects is give it a solid color of something, maybe a blue, for example. And then I'm going to go and make it all slightly transparent. And you see that already looks kind of cool. But then I'm going to go down to here and go into the layers palette, and just see what I can do specifically with the effects from that. And you can see the before and the after. And that actually looks pretty cool. That's color burn. We'll go linear burn or darker color. And you can always change that color. You can make it like a dark, or what goes well with red? Magenta? No, not magenta. Yellow? It's a little McDonald's-y, so no. Green? No, that would be Christmas. Maybe the blue. Ooh. Hello, purple. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go with that. Or maybe not. I'm just seeing what actually looks good here. That's not bad, although we did end up once again with magentas and purples, because I cannot escape them, if you haven't noticed. They follow me everywhere. They're just in my head. So that's not bad either. That's using overlay. And hey, that's interesting looking, right? Look at that. That is, what is that? That's exclusion. Oh man, I could experiment with these for like a solid day and never find anything that I'm actually happy with, because I like all of it. Negation, reflect, glow, erase. Erase just erases, so it's very straightforward. What about, I like the exclusion here. That's actually really kind of retro and cool. But the question is, do we even want to bother with that? I don't know. What have I done? I made things weird. I'm sorry. They got real weird, just like right now. Now the whole thing's pink, and if I want to make the whole thing blue, we can just do that. Or that. Or that. anyway, I think you get the idea. So that's something you can play with if you want to add any color to your poster and that you haven't already done. Or if you do want to change up absolutely everything and you're like, you know what, I hate this red. This red color is awful. You click on anywhere you have red, go select same, fill color, and then that should select everywhere where you do have the red fill color. And you can change it to blue, or that blue, or that blue. See? That's pretty cool. And then obviously your stroke. And that didn't work, obviously, because this is a stroke and not a fill color. So that is honestly a really cool tool. And I should probably do a tutorial just on that one. But I'm just using it in this poster design today. So we've got a very quick blue version of our poster that I will select all and copy. And then I'm going to go back to our red version. Zoom out. Paste our blue version. Bring it back. I probably should have given it a page. We will do white for that. And bring that over here. And there we go. So you can kind of do that and you can compare. And you can make lots of different versions. And then decide which color you truly love. The best of all. Okay, I don't want to keep making like 1,000 versions. I think I'm just going to go with this. Because I like this, and it's very simple, and it's very easy and fun to create. So I think we're done, and I hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you're following along, if you're doing anything similar, if you want more videos like this, where we do more isometric stuff. I do a lot of isometric stuff, because isometric is really, really fun. I don't know why, I'm just kind of obsessed with it. And specifically in Affinity Designer, because the tools are there. And I mean, it's just, it's so simple to do. It's so great and it's so simple and it's really fun. So I'm very enthusiastic about this, as you can tell. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you next time. Bye.